For those of you who love horses and want to work outdoors and be your own boss, you may want to consider a career as a certified farrier. It's hard work, but very rewarding. One of the most highly recognized schools in the United States is right here in Villanelle, Georgia, owned and operated by Ralph Casey since 1989. The Casey & Son Horseshoeing School has received the Horseshoeing School of the Year award for over 8 years. With Casey as your head instructor, you will receive the most up-to-date training in farrier science that is not available at any other school.
Hey gang, I'm Ralph Casey.
And I'm Link Casey.
You know, 15 years of research here at the Research Center. We've got something every horse owner that ever owned a horse or you're going to buy a horse, you definitely need. And here's some of the things you're going to learn, gang, that's important that you should know about the Grammar School of Shoeing and Trimming. You're going to learn what causes stumbling, overreaching, elbow hitting, forging or clicking, crossfiring, scapping, and the most dangerous, speed cutting. And guess what, gang? It's going to show everything that your farrier should know or you should know about your horse. And here it is. It's a DVD free for the asking. Every horse owner can get this, or farrier, or anybody out there. It's free. You can see the number right there on the screen, gang, and we're encouraging you to get it. It's going to be something you're just going to cherish from now on. Thank you. Okay, gang, we're back.
I wanted to mention those dates. We forgot. For Dodge City Days, it's going to be July 30th, 31st, and August the 1st. That will be there.
Exactly, and that's a great event out there. And
I can't wait. I've never been out there.
Well, you're going to have a great time.
I'm going to have large time.
Especially when I shoot that bloom off your head. A lot of people really like, and they wonder why I do all that. To me, I enjoy doing it, but I am showing them what happens if you don't shoe your horse correct too. And then, gang, I'm going to show you how simple it is to train a horse.
Well, you have to have, as a farrier too, a good relationship with horses or know about them, however you want to say it.
Anybody that's been shoeing a long time is going to learn a lot about horses.
Okay.
But I'm going to show the folks out there how easy it is to train your horse to bow, how easy it is to make your horse ground tie. All these things to me are real simple. And I think a lot of horse owners just, they don't tell it, you know, because I think that maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But anyway, we just tickled to death to be with you, gang. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to show the horse. But first, before I show the horse, I'm going to show a person. I took Link, my son, and you see him here. He's running on a treadmill. And we show him with shoes on and without shoes. Now, we're using thermography. It's a heat deal. It shows the blood flow, where it's at, where the heat's coming from, and so on and so forth.
Pressure points.
Exactly. And so when he's running in the shoes, you can see what part of his foot is actually heating up. So the actual shoe, let's stop there while we're showing all of that and talk about some real common sense. Now, if we went out here, Lisa, and we walked across the grass barefooted, we'd be okay. All right, if we walk across the gravel, then it gets more difficult.
A little painful there.
But if you go barefooted all the time, you build up what you call a callus,
right,
and that helps protect your foot. However,
that's what the kids do.
So I'm going to really show what we've learned here at the Research Center. But first I'm going to show, you can see how the heat is going. When the barefooted, his feet gets really hot, really quick. Well, that's common sense. If you don't have anything on your feet's going to heat up. So I'm going to tell you, gang, how that affects when a horse is not being shod. Okay? Now, if you see when he's got the shoe on, foot's a lot cooler. See, it doesn't heat up so quick.
Because it's absorbing some of the pressure.
Exactly.
Okay.
And plus the friction. You know, there's a lot you have to consider, and a lot, gang, you got to use some common sense on. But I'm going to show you what really happens with the horse when you don't. And people ask me, is it okay for me to ride my horse every day? If you use a horse in any kind of event, it should have shoes on. And here's the reason why, and we're going to get to that. But first, now we're going to look at the horse. Okay, here's a horse with shoes. Here's a horse without shoes. But when you look at it, you got the same thing as it was when we did the person who was doing Link. Same identical thing. Feet heats up too quick when he's barefooted, and it gets really hot from the friction. So, point is, here's what we found. And a lot of the people out west, the farriers, they're going to understand this real quick when I tell it. But when you go out west, it's a dry climate, and the sole gets really hard. You have to use a sole knife a lot of times. Well, they take a little butane torch. I've even done it. I've shot horses everywhere. And you heat that up. Makes it soft. So when the foot gets hot on a hoof horn, it's different than a person. When it gets hot, too hot, it wears really quick. Okay?
Because it's softer when it's hot and it wears it away.
Yeah, and a lot of people they think a horse foot, when he strikes the ground his hoof, he hits flat. He does not hit flat. He's just like a person. The conformation, so we look at some conformation of people. Their conformation is like ours. It dictates how your foot strikes the ground.
You're talking like whether it's on the outside of the foot or the
inside
of the foot.
One of the heels are going to hit first, and it's going to flare one way or the other. So when you look at a shoe, you can see now, this is my old shoe, we've exaggerated, we ground down one side, but that's the way it wears. Notice it's flared to one side. Here's me taking a step. The shoe is flared to one side. Okay, the opposite is more weight bearing. Okay, and I hit on the outside heel, it wears that heel, and it flares to the outside. This is important we're in to trim correctly. You must know where you're going and where the flare's at.
Okay.
So this is really drawn out.
Yeah.
And so we're going to stop, take another commercial. I mean, it's really, but I want you to get the point.
Understand
The
it.
conformation dictates how the foot's going to land. Okay, so we've got that down. Then horse's conformation we're going to get to in a moment.
Well, all of this is keeping your horse sound and healthy.
That's the whole idea, because here's the thing. You had the same problem when you brought your horse. He's already broke down. He's a barrel horse. You use him he's an athlete, just like an athlete. So what caused it was low heel, high heel, not removing, not keeping the horse back like it was days born 7 foot bigger. However, we're going to come back in just a minute and show you a little bit more. Pull them ewes in and go by the refrigerator, pick yourself up a king-size drink.
And
Let me
we'll
say it
be
that way. You
right
bet.
back.
You bet. Hey gang, 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 welcome to Horseshoe'n Time, let's talk. Now that's the whole purpose of having a research center, gang, and a television show where we can actually research things, because throughout history nobody has ever really researched farrier science. And for the first time, the farriers and the horse owners come together and built a research center wherein that they could investigate products, they could investigate new ways of shoeing to help protect and keep our horses healthy. We so tickled that you're watching the show, and hey, grab a horse owner by the arm, twist him a little bit, bring him in, and tell him about our show. Watch us next week on Horseshoe'n Time, and right after that, Horseshoe'n Time, let's talk. And remember this, gang, a happy horse
makes a happy owner.
Hey gang, I'm Ralph Casey.
And I'm Link Casey.
You know, as the owner of a farrier school, we get hundreds of letters for individuals that would like to see what goes on here. And plus at the research center. For the first time, we're offering a free DVD just for the asking that tours not only the school but the research center. And hey, remember, it's free.
It is. It's free. It's me.